Y'all, I hate how people are using Nipsey Hussle's death to try to push this narrative that when you become affluent, when you get some change in your pocket, you shouldn't come back to the hood like that because you're a target. You're going to get killed. The same thing that happened to Nipsey could happen to you. This is why you should just help your hood from afar. You shouldn't be, so present in the hood like that. You shouldn't be around like that. I hate that whole narrative because people are using Nipsey's death as a scare tactic to try to prevent people from giving back to their communities, from investing into their communities, and from being present in their communities and showing these people that I am in arm's reach of you. I understand the issues here, and I'm going to be present to help you all walk through these issues that's going on in the community that I come from, in our communities. And I feel like that scare tactic is BS, man. That was a very sad and unfortunate event that happened with Nipsey. But I will never discourage brothers from coming back to their old neighborhoods and trying to improve the conditions in their neighborhoods. Now, some people say you can do that from afar, but I think it makes a difference when the person that's doing these great deeds is in arm's reach of them. He is approachable. He is like, you can actually touch him. You can see him because you see that, this change is possible. And this is somebody who came from our environment. He's still in touch with the neighborhood. He still can talk to us like we regular human beings. He's not above the fray. He is of the fray. And I think that when people see something like that, they get inspired to say, you know what? He's not a guy who forgot where he came from. He's not so bourgeois that he just like, I look down on those people. I don't got to go back there. They say, you know what? This guy, he's here. He's helping his people. He still come back no matter how much money he received. I'm going to use that as motivation and try to elevate myself. I'm going to learn the game that he's implementing into our neighborhoods to elevate myself and to also still be present to help other little boys and little girls that look like me get out of the situations as well. I just hate this whole narrative. Like, if you go back to your hood and try to get back, you're going to get killed. You see what happened to Nipsey? You see what happened to Nipsey? Yes, we all sad and hurt that happened to Nipsey. We don't want that to happen to our future leaders. But they can't get all of us, baby. They can't get all of us. They can't. And it makes a difference when you got people, like when these people are they reachable. You can touch them. You can see them every single day. That matters. And you investing in your community. People rather talk to someone who comes from where they come from, who experienced the same things they've experienced. They rather hear these motivational stories, and they rather hear the knowledge that needs to be implemented into their brains from those individuals who can relate to their walks of life rather than somebody who lives in suburbia America, who had no experiences living in the hood, who can't relate to anything that the demographic of the people in the hood face. He can't relate to any of the problems going on to the hood at all. Can't relate to none of the people. It's some people that's not going to relay that information as well because they're like, man, you probably was from an affluent neighborhood. You probably was, had well-off parents who helped you get a loan to help you start your business. And you knew a lot of people who were in position of power already. With people like Nipsey, they come from the hood. They know where he come from. They know where he got his start from. They know what his mama say, his grandmama say. They know he came from the same conditions that they came from. And they say, you know what, that man made it and he's giving back. And he's starting programs to help us and our future kids or our kids better themselves, then I can do the same thing. I can get out the hood. I can elevate myself from using my wit. I don't have to use a microphone. I can use my wit and my intelligence because he's setting up the resources for us to use our intelligence to get us out of the hood by connecting us to Silicon Valley and stuff like that. Nipsey made it possible for people to think beyond their hood, think beyond their environment, and not let, their environment predict their future, And he can speak the language of the people because he come from there. A person in suburbia America, a lot of them can't come into the hood and talk to the people in the hood and they retain the information as well because they feel like, man, what you saying, it don't affect nothing going on around here. You knew the right people. Nipsey he had a talent and he used that talent to get him connections to give back to his community. And that's so powerful. And we need brothers and sisters to continue doing that We don't need people to get so scared of the hood and we act like, oh, I ain't never going there. I ain't never going there. Because if we don't go back, what's going to happen to them little kids and little boys who was just like you in them same poverty-stricken situations that had nobody to turn to? What's going to happen to them if you turn your back on them and say, you know what? I ain't going to come to the hood. They ain't killing me. Bye. I ain't coming to the hood. Y'all ain't going to rob me. I'm better off here. And I'm going to stay up here in my rich mansion on the hills. I'm going to stay up here isolated from you all. That's not going to do your people no good. And Nipsey knew that, which is why he said, you know what? I'm going to be on Crenshaw and Slauson. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong because I'm not from California. I'm not from LA or California, so I don't know the streets, but I believe he from Slauson. He was from, the store was on Slauson and Crenshaw. He like, I'm going to stay over here and I'm going to help my people realize that we can use our intelligence. We can use, creative thinking to elevate our minds to get us out of these bad situations. And I'm going to bring the resources to help us, to plug us to to get to where we ultimately need to be in life. And I think that the more people try to use these scare tactics to prevent people from going to the hood and helping, the hood just going to stay in worse and worse conditions because we're just going to have people that's getting rich, one or two people getting rich, and don't think about spreading that knowledge that they had to make other people in the hood wealthy as well. Them people are not gonna do it. They're gonna be too scared, and they gonna like, I ain't going down there. You seen what happened to Nipsey? I ain't never coming back. And then what's gonna happen? Them kids in the hood gonna continue to run wild because they don't have nobody who understands them, that's talking to them, that's relaying the information that they need. People, the role models that could be there for them, their fathers may not be there for them. The role models that person in the hills could be. They don't get the interaction with them role models because they too stuck in the hills on a bourgeois high horse because you shouldn't go back to the hood because you could possibly die in the hood. That's why I'm looking like, when Vlad, like especially Vlad TV, when Vlad was trying to like basically insinuate that you shouldn't go back to the hood and all that, I'm like, what? It's easy for you to say that. Very easy for you to say that. Your people ain't, your people ain't in them conditions in the hood, fighting, trying to survive every single day. It was important for Nipsey to do that, to get his people to condition their minds to elevate above their circumstances, but to also connect them with the resources necessary for them to get to, to better things in life. And he did that by staying and interacting with the people every single day and touching so many different people to change lives. That's what we got to continue doing. Even the brothers that become affluent, that become rich doctors and lawyers, reach back and help them kids in the hood. They help them get to the same goal or help them get to that goal that you reach or another goal or whatever goal they got. We got to stay in touch with these kids. We can't run from the hood. Yeah, it's bad people in the hood. It's bad people everywhere. But if we're going to let that one bad person not let us return to the hood, the whole hood going to be in turmoil. Because we got resources that we won't share with our people because we don't want to go back. I'm above that now. I'm above that. I ain't going back to the hood. I ain't messing with them folks. That was a bad incident that happened with Nipsey, but so much good came from Nipsey staying connected to his people, and that gets lost in the fact that he was tragically murdered. Peace.